Guys and girls, it's Noah time!
Alright, so today's lesson will be, I'm going to go over the last two types of, last type problem. One, I'm going to start with the basic first one. It's called a tide problem. Tide problems. This is the most challenging type of word problem. And the reason it's challenging is because a lot of students don't know how to work with this. And the key behind working with tide problem is this. Put a star beside a star. Your time must, there's no exceptions to this rule whatsoever, be in a 24-hour system. 24-hour system means how many hours away from midnight. For example, if I say 1 a.m., T equals to, Carvier, what was T if I say 1 a.m.? Sorry? 23? Nope. 1. Because it's away from midnight. 23 you were thinking would be 11 p.m. Okay? So this is 1. What if I say 6 p.m.? Not 6.
12,
18? So you got to see, this is why students are having trouble with. See, they don't teach you this in the book. When students deal with tide problems, they can't do it because they don't realize that when you work with a tide problem, your time has to be in terms of 24-hour system. So how many hours away is 6 p.m.? Well, that's really 18. Because it's 18 hours away from midnight. So when I say 6 p.m., it really means T equals 18. This is where kids are having trouble with. They don't receive that. What if I say 10 p.m.? 22 is correct. That's the key to working with tide problems. Okay. Here comes your question. I'm going to see who can survive this. Again, it's the same concept. The key is to focus on this part right here. At Seaport, water has a max depth of 20 meters at 4 a.m. After this max depth, the first min depth occurs at 10 a.m. It's going to say create a sinusoidal function to represent this tide as sinusoidal function. Okay. So if you ever go to the beaches at night, you would know that sometimes the water is really, really shallow, and you can walk far, far into the beaches, and you can actually see starfishes. Okay. So guys, because your tide keeps on changing up and down, up and down. Your question now is, what would this look like? I'm gonna pause it and let you. So guys, I forgot one thing. Min depth. My bad. Is 4 meters. There we go. So let's draw a quick sketch. Because remember, the key to doing this is just draw a quick sketch. Is
it true that with word problems you never go to the negative, right?
Yes, for now. Oh, that's a bad. That's a bad line. There we go. So, it says, let's look at this one. My max occurs at 4 a.m. So I'm going to choose a point anywhere. And we'll call this 4 a.m. Okay. But more importantly, 4 a.m., remember, refers to your time away from midnight. So in this case, I'm just going to put in 4. Okay, I don't need to put in a.m. because I'm just referring to how many hours away from midnight is it. Next, I'm going to put a dot up here. We're going to call this 20. The next min occurs at 10 a.m. somewhere down here. And we're going to call this 10. Not 10 a.m., but how many hours away from midnight. If this was 10 p.m., this number would totally change to 22. That's what you got to be careful of. So this is now min. We'll call this at around 4. So guys, let's draw a nice sketch. And just go, okay, and up. And voila. Just imagine what it looks like if it's perfect. Create your vertical displacement, because the key to working with this is really right here, the vertical displacement, which is 12 is correct. So VD is 12. Amplitude is 8. Now your period is, would you agree, this is going to be 12. So, because from here to here is only half a period. 4 to 10. Because it's only halfway. So you got to multiply that by 2. So 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Then, I need my phase shift. Let's start with, if I were to do a cos graph, my phase shift is right here, which is 4. Put everything together, and you have your answer. Y equals to 8 cos pi by 6 x minus 4 plus 12. Very nice. When I do my sinusoidal equation or sine equation, I know everything stays the same. Only difference now is I know there's a phase shift. And in addition, my sine graph is a reflection. So your other equation is...
But you could do it on the other side too, right?
if you do it on this side, it's harder because you don't know where it hits.
Yeah, we're gonna hit
Where?
6.
Where? Well, what is this number?
At 1.
At 1? It would hit at 1. That's correct. Yeah. If you do it here, this will be at 4. This will be at 7. So basically, if you use symmetry, it's 3 away. 3 away, that would work too. Okay. So you have y equals to negative 8 sine pi by 6 x minus 7 plus 12. See, I didn't really have to think about the sine equation. I just create one. The reason why I asked you guys to do 2 equations is, on my exam, I don't know what form it will be in. It could be in the cos form, it could be in the sine form. You have to see how each form comes in. How do you get 7?
Plus 4 divided by 2.
Because I want to know the midpoint. This point right here, which is 10 plus 4 divided by 2. Now, if you don't see these 2 forms in it, they may give you this form. Y equals to 8 sine pi by 6 x minus 1 plus 12. If this was a multiple choice, and they ask you which answer is it, and if you don't see these 2, look for the third one, because there's many different answers you can have. So guys and gals, one more question with this. I'm going to see how you do. Nope, yeah, I'll tell it to you now. You're not ready for it yet. Okay. Max depth. Again, I'm just going to do short form this time. Occurs at 11 a.m. And your max depth is going to be 10 meters this time. Min depth occurs at 3 p.m. And this time, I'm going to say your min depth is going to be 2 meters. Create a sinusoidal equation. Good luck. Hey, question. Yep. I'm going to pause it. So if you're lost, watch what I'm going to do. Just draw a quick sketch. Nothing too bad. Max depth occurs at 11 a.m., which is 10 meters. So we'll call this right here, we'll call this 11. And we're going to put a dot right here, we'll call this 10. Min depth occurs at 3 p.m., which is right here. Abraham, what is this number going to be? That's what you got to be careful with. Sorry? 20? No, not 20. 15. That's correct. Because 3 p.m. is 15 hours away from midnight. That's what you got to be careful of. So then... Oh, no. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. is 11 hours.
Is 11 hours away from midnight. Because you're thinking 11 p.m. Okay? So guys, gals, now, once you have this, just draw a nice rough sketch.
A good way to remember is that all the AMs stay the same, right? Kind of?
Yep. All the PM is 13 and above.
PMs are 13 and above.
Yep. It's 11 because 11 a.m. 11 a.m. is not 1 hour away from midnight. That's what you got to be careful about. Guys and gals, once you get up to here, you can do the rest on your own now. Really quick and easy. So we know this is going to be 2. And again, I always do the halfway line. The key to doing trig is your center line. Once you have the center line, everything else is easy, which is 6. So I'm going to get VD is 6. A is 4. My phase shift, if I'm going to need to work with a cos, it's going to be at 11. Period is going to be pi by 8. Okay. Period is 8. Sorry? Because from here to here is half a period, which is 4. So I got to double that. Okay. So guys and gals, now we just put everything together because everything is done. Y equals to 6 cos pi by 4 theta or x. What?
4 cos.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. 4 cos. X minus 11 plus 6. You can easily do sine, but I'm not going to get you to I won't have time to do it. I'm going to ask you part B instead. B. How high is the tide at 2:20 p.m.? Who can solve this? Good luck. Okay. See, 220. This is my x value. So you got to figure out what is that x value. Well, 2 p.m. we know is going to be 14. Okay, that's 2 p.m. The problem students have is this 20-minute right here. 20-minute really is 0.33 hours. How do you get that? Well, that's 20 over 60. So it'd be 14.333, so on and so on. So guys, what you're going to do is sub this into your formula. Y equals to 4 cos pi over 4. 14.33 minus 11 plus 6. Go ahead, plug it in and solve it now. Okay. Get some practice using your TI-83. This is the sort of question they ask you because they want to see if you can work in a different hour system. Okay. So I'm going to grab my calculator out, take out your TI-83, and we're going to work on this together. So go second, quit, and clear your calculator right now. And let's start. Make sure your calculator is in radians because why? There's a pi there. If you see pi, your calculator must be in radians or else it doesn't work. 14.33 minus 11 times pi divided by 4. Okay. Now, I'm going to cos that. Cos 2.61537. And again, I try to use as many decimal places as I can. Okay. I go enter. Yep. Times 4 plus 6. Bada bing. Boom. 2.541. So this is the natural formula scientists actually use. They can measure the tide, and they can tell you exactly what the tide will be like any time of the day you want. Okay. So you can actually go on beach tonight, find the max height, lowest height, and then you can actually predict everything. And that can be your math projects. But if you get kidnapped at the beach, don't blame on me, guys. So, like, yeah, we saw 2 kids doing on beach at 2 a.m. doing, I don't know why they're there. 2.54. Okay, so make sure you're going to work with this. I'm going to pause it for a second and just let you see me work. Page. And I gotta give out your quiz from yesterday. Page 74. Numero 1.
If 10 is...
10 is just omit for now. I think there's some error with the 10.
The answer's
10 was easy.
Wrong?
yeah.
Well, then clearly you did it wrong.
3.
Exactly. You did it wrong.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Now, look at number 1 for me, please. Look at number 1 right now on page 74. Your equation is this. They give you the equation. You don't have to find any equation whatsoever. 0.5t minus 1.5 plus 7.3. The first question asks you, what is max height? Guys, gals, what is the maximum height? Which means, if I were to graph this out, what is the highest point on this graph you can have just by looking at it? 11.8. See, I don't even have to do anything. It's just a way to teach you, can you understand how this equation works? So if this is my equation for tide, I know my tide reaches the highest point of 11.8. How did I get this? Well, I know this is my vertical displacement right there, 7.3. Whoop, wrong one. 7.3 plus 4.5. Median means what's your center line, and so on and so on. Guys and gals, you should be able to do those. And I'm going to pause my recording. That ends our lesson for today.